I have 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. I have 14 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren.
3 kids, 2 boys and a girl, and 3 granddaughters.
Okay, my name is Mila and I have 2 kids.
These 2, right?
Yes, a boy and a girl. Thomas is 3 years old and Amy is... How old are you? 7.
I have one 8-month-old baby. His name is Caleb Roy.
I have 6 children. 2 of them are adopted and 4 of our own. And we have 14 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren.
The way if you're doing enough for him, if what you know is enough, if you're mature enough to be his parent. But I tend to always trust in the Lord that you are doing enough, and I know that he gives me grace, and I tend to give it to my son too. And a part of that is also the challenge, the physical challenge of adjusting yourself and basically having a turnaround of, you know, what you did before you're not supposed to do anymore. You know, like your time is not yours, just yours. You know, you have to adjust a bunch of things. Yeah.
Well, when we first got married, I was only 19. And with responsibility of having my children while my husband was going to school, unfortunately I had to work. Everything was very overwhelming and everything was new.
To keep the children together, you know, like sometimes we wake them up for devotions in the morning, and that was hard for them, and they would rebel. And when they were going to school, and sometimes, especially the second one, he was the more rebellious, you know. He would get into trouble at school with teachers and with his peers. But we prayed and we, you know, put them before the Lord, and so we were able to overcome some of those challenges.
Time. Yeah, it's hard to find time to do all the activities with them and to prepare meals, clean the house. Yeah, so I think that's the most challenge.
Oh, each child has a different personality, and it's very challenging to try to incorporate all these different personalities into one group. So 2 of them got involved with crime and stuff and ended up in jail, but the rest of them turned out pretty good. So, but they've cleaned up their lives now, and they're back on the right track. So I thank God for that. They have been very supportive. Yes.
Which way?
Well, they went to church school when they were younger, and that was very supportive for them, and they learned a lot there. And they were in two of them were in the school band and stuff, so they traveled a lot. So they had good experiences growing up in the church. So.
I do believe that Christian education really had a big part in them being still a part of the church. And they were in Christian schools right from grade 1 right through college. It was a big sacrifice for us to do that. It kept them in the church.
I think so. Yeah, they love to come to church every Sabbath, and then I feel when I come here, everybody has a big smile to me and to the kids, so that's good.
Yeah, my church was supportive to my kids because we were like a family, you know. In the Caribbean, you were like a family. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody's yard is your yard, you know, so our home. So, you know, they encourage us and guided us. Yep, they embrace us as a family, and yeah, sometimes I can call and somebody and we can chit chat, tell them about my, you know, problems, and we can pray about it and see. We also have the prayer group, which is also very supportive.
They really have from the beginning. They have been really supportive. They are encouraging with their prayers, and, you know, just the thought that we're here for you, you know, to just take him off my hands and cuddle him for a little bit so that I get a little bit of break. And also, as you know, we have service too. They are very flexible with their time.
Well, we prayed together. We talked a lot about God and stuff, and
We spend time with them reading the Bible every day, the Bible stories, and we sing songs all day long. And Amy likes to read all the books from church. And every Sabbath we get a magazine. It's My Little Friend, and they love to read those magazines.
I was always in church. I mean, I backslid one of the times, but I came back into the church. So they were grown in the church. They, were very active in the church. So it wasn't really hard to instill because the example was there. Outstanding family, I think I brought it up, that we got. So it wasn't hard. They were always active in church, and they all were baptized, but they had devotions. So it wasn't hard, it was easy. And I'm glad that it was instilled in an early age in them.
A lot of prayer. Their work values, believe it or not, when we would go to the farm every summer, I think was a really good experience for the children because they were out in nature and they learned responsibility.
I think it starts in the home. So Mikhail and I, even he's so little, we always mention to him, Jesus in our home. We sing to him, Jesus in our home, in the family. We listen to Christian songs all the time, and we pray with him. When he have his food or his meal, not all the bottles, but he has his pureed foods. So my plan is to have him in the Adventist school, starting when he goes to grades in the elementary, that we could support him in that way, and to keep him in the church.
Just call them to let them know that I'm here for you, just to say hi. At least they know that, somebody's thinking about them. Personal call. I deliver the message, but maybe that personal call, will make them feel a little better.
Young people need to get together. They need to socialize. And in those social events, you can bring about spiritual values and get to know the young people and then encourage them. So I think they need the fellowship. It's really important. And like hiking and going outdoors and picnics and things like that, they love it, and that's what they need.
More activities in the gym, maybe Sabbath afternoon or at night, or Sundays.
I am so thankful that we've already started a lot of activities with our youth and young adults, and it's great to see that they're already coming back and they keep coming back. It's really great to see. We also need to have some programs for the little ones. I know that we have a bunch of little ones too. We kind of get together as a family, the young moms, like new moms too. I think it would be nice to have those kind of social interaction too.
I think we need to get them involved more. I think the young people feel sort of left to the side. So if you get them involved doing things like having programs, have them up there doing reading the scriptures or praying, or just get them involved doing things in the church, and that they'll feel like they're part of the church and they'll want to stay in the church.
Pray. I did a lot of praying because I did feel very inadequate. And, Ellen G. White gives a lot of good advice, and I kind of almost am in shock when I go back and look at some of my Spirit of Prophecy books, how much I did read and I underlined, and not that it always did any good for me, but, with God's help, I tried.
Yeah. So enjoy your time with them because they grow up so fast when you realize the time is gone.
Bible says, train up a child in the way they'll go, and grow, and when they're old, they'll not depart. So although, just live the life so that they can see if they even like go astray when they get older, but there's something that has been instilled, Christian value, Christian principle. Encourage them, be there for them, stand by them, whatever, path they choose. Don't give up, because, when they know you give up, they tend to like be more withdrawn and probably even go further. But show them that you love them and they'll be there for you, whatever.
Enjoy your time with your baby. Enjoy your time with your family. Also, don't get so desperate that you have to do everything. Ask for help if you need to, and most of all, keep Christ in your home, because honestly, He gives us strength daily. Even He has given me strength from the very beginning to now to keep on, and instill in your child God's love. Yes.
Well, I wasn't in the church when I had my older children. I wasn't in the church, so the advice that I would get, if you're in the church, bring your children up in the fear of the Lord and in the church, because that's the blessing that they need right from cradle up to adulthood. I didn't do that with mine, so that's why I missed out on a lot of the things that I should have done that I didn't do, and I regret it. But God has been with me all the time, and He brought me a long ways from where I began.